Pimp, pimp. Hooray! Pimp, pimp. Hooray! Hooray! Pimp, pimp. Hooray! Pimp, pimp.
I'm sick and tired of being tired. Can't pick a side, the Gemini. Prophesize if we live or not. Promise mama not to fit nobody. Seen black turning burgundy. Underdouble, I know I'm greedy. Stuck inside the belly of the beast. Can you please pray for me? Get God on the phone. Said it won't be long. I see jigaboos. I see styrofoams. My hood going crazy. Where did we go wrong? I see jigaboos. I see styrofoam. Get top on the phone. Tell the squad come on. We go ball again. Before he call us home. World is going crazy. Where did we go wrong? It's a tidal wave. It's a thunderdome. Get God on the phone. I just got a raise. Spent it all on me. Diamonds all a praise. And I'm bossing up. Bitch, get out the way. I'm the only way we can fornicate. Pimping and posing. Look what I drove in. Having these hoes and I know that I'm chosen. I live by the code and me and my bros and my dollars ain't folding. You was never the homie. Underdouble, I know I'm greedy. Stuck inside the belly of the beast. Can you please pray for me? Get God on the phone. Said it won't be long. I see jigaboos. I see styrofoams. My hood going crazy. Where did we go wrong? I see jigaboos. I see styrofoams. Get top on the phone.
What's up, my nigga?
Cornrow Kenny, he was born with a vision all morning with the mixed dashboard, triple digit parallel park like an alien came visit. Slideshow for the night show, 10 bitches. Fine nose with a blindfold, King Kendrick.
Hello, Billy.
So many plays on me, I finesse. Palisade views with some sex. I lost a lot of love for missionary. This the first time I confess. Me and Top is like a Kobe and Phil. A father figure, fuck with him, you get killed. Fuck with me and he'll kill you himself. TD either Mafia or the West. Moving silence, yeah, we juggling like that. Active violence, yeah, we juggling like that. I did a lot of dumb shit in my past. Lord forgive me, hoping I don't relapse. Dave just bought a new 911. Almost thought I seen another plane crash. Q just bought a brand new McLaren. Rock-a-lock about to buy the project. Spooks, I got his son dripping in gold. Ollie about to let his hair down on hoes. Me, I'm about to let my hair down on hoes. Top billing, that's $1 million a show. Might blow the whole no whammy on soul. Might tell Obama be more like Punch. Soundwave caught a Grammy last year. Mac Wap bet he do what he want. Fuck you niggas, level 2, I'm not done. 2 T's told me that I'm the one. I can put a rapper on life support. Guarantee that's something none of you want. 10 homies down and they all serving life. What it's like $2,500 a month. What if I empty my bank out and stunt?
What if I certified all of these ones? Bitch, I get buck, I'm as real as the gum. Shit is amazing, I'm feeding my cravings. You know that you want me, come in, I love baby. I'm fucking them crazy. Serving it like I belong in the basement. Or live at the Daisy. Yeah, my relative, black cherry soda. Pistol in poverty, come get the note. Get top on the phone.
Let's listen in America today.
Light for the party. I almost died. It's the light for the party. To think I could've almost died. Lord help us.
Hey, Miss Donda. You running to my mama, please tell her I said say something. I'm starting to believe ain't no such thing as heaven's trumpets. No after over, this is it done. If there's a heaven, you would think they let you speak to your son. Maybe she has in the form of a baby's laugh. I heard passing by in a stroller, reminding me, hey, keep rolling on, no. Maybe she has with the prick of a blade of grass. I've been laying on way too long, got me itchy, got up and roamed a little more. Miss Donda, you see my mama, tell her I'm lost. You see, she'd always light a cigarette. We talk, I would cough, exaggerating a little bit so she get the point. Trying to get her to stop smoking. I would lead and fire up a joint till I quit. Started back up again. 20 years later, all that time, y'all thought a nigga was high. Thought I was crazy. My mom, she ain't cut no corners. Got me back on track. I don't miss her overstepping, but do miss her showing 7 civilian life shit. Miss Donda, you see my mama whisper her this. The real reason I was geeked to go to church was confess. When y'all grown-ups would be in Bible study, that girl helping me with my homework, her and I were fucking so pure and perverted, so spirit spinning and dirty, so on and so on. We hope that no one heard it. Shh, shh. And to this day, I think her mama knew, but let us explore. Miss Donda, you see my father, please ask him why. He never married, always smiled, but was he happy inside? Because I carried my mother's name, did he carry shame with him? I'm sure she did it out of spite, was her decision at birth. Shit, she probably would hurt. Poor baby, 2 young people with different views, a lot for a young lady. No coincidence, they both passed away from heart conditions. There's a dissidence at play, dad and mom do hard division, 3,000. Poster child for big dick niggas raised by their mothers. I'm supposed to smile as if God knew that I would be trouble. Keeps me around for what I don't know, but I do know that it's crucial that we do so pronto. I don't know how much long though.
Mama, your son in the red hat had suffered setbacks, had shouldn't have said that's had, made everyone mad. He made 808, so he's everyone dead. No, he ever gets sad hope. Terror's by the shore, close my eyes, I can see more. Nobody punking me, nobody pressure me, nobody gangster me, especially when the gangsters eat thanks to me. And my favorite principal name was Mrs. Wooten. She was strict, the perfect instructor for young Putin. Vladimir, just so that is clear, whom should we fear when we know Dad is here?
Daddy right here. Daddy's right here.
I don't playboy over your dead body for my daughter posing Playboy. We don't condone over-sexualization of the kids in the home. Battery in my back, this house of pain won't ever last. Sahad told me to my face that Sicko Mode was his biggest song. We're gone, cause Donda was the best ghostwriter I ever had. South Park had jokes about fist sticks. To this day, the whole team could kiss this stick. I put Virgil and Drake on the same text, and it wasn't about the matching Arc'teryx or Kid Cudi dress. Just told these grown men, stop it with the funny shit. I might hire the whole team from ACG. So don't text me like I'm Juanita JCB. Or more important, Monica Corgan, who was there for me. Somebody really there for me was rare for me. That was new air to breathe. When I was underappreciated, undervaluated, stockholders told me boardrooms would bore you. Ain't remember going by your rules, try to follow the Lord's rules. Joey was the new Abu Dhabi. Told Drake don't play with me on GD, and he sent that message to everybody. So if I hit you with a WYD, you better hit me with yes sir, I'm writing everything you need. I told you I was gonna take the summer back, so any other cap won't take none of that. Wear my motherfucking red hat. Security and the nannies be forever handling. I can't stand it when it's talks of putting the kids back in Sierra Canyon when daddy got his own school. Trash smile for these white people if you want. Why we build a team to get Hoover out the joint? I do what I want, bro, in my life. Serve and protect, longest is my wife. Screaming on Emma and Yens for trying to lower the percentage of scams. See, I was going in back when they thought I was only making M's. Now it's 9 Billy. You ain't gotta like me, but you feel me. Do y'all feel me? Really? Get off scot-free, I'm talking Ridley. Get off our knees, that's if you're with me. Get off your knees, that's if you're with me. Get off your knees and let's get free. Get off your knees and let's get free. Really, I mean really. Really, I mean really. I need release. I don't need police. I'm like nigga police. Y'all can't hear me. Never me. For the real me. For the real me. I've been waiting. For the real me. Y'all been waiting. For the real me.
Yep. Daddy got you. Daddy gonna bring us all the way down. Okay?
How was it?
We done.
You did a good job.
It was scary.
Good job.
Honest, undeniably great with the gift of intelligence, everlasting, professionally account currency, and numerous options. It is me, Huggie Pacino. Welcome to another live. I will not be here too long. It don't take long to get to a point of different stories like this. I should be asleep. I found myself just looking at the comment section on my way to work today. I found myself looking at the comment section throughout the night of many stories. The recent one was when the girl got a case dismissed for allowing her child to wax patients in her wax office, so to speak, or waxing office. And I watched this comment section, and I noticed there's a double standard here. That when it comes to mothers or women, no one really cares about abuse or unaliving someone. If they said something happened, they believe it no matter what. Now, what you have on the screen here is 3 individuals. One is not even from America, but she was raised here in Memphis. She unalived a man over hearsay of him touching a child. Apparently, I think it was the niece or the sister. We'll get to the story though. That's one issue. The second one in the middle, that's the one that just got her charges dismissed, allowing her 5YO to wax adult females' vaginas. No, I'm not making this up. That's a story. That's the story. That's the accusations. That's what's on the table. And they dismissed that case. And no one's outraged about it. The third one is a woman who unalived a 20-year-old young man who, funny that no one calls him a kid. And great, rightfully so. No one's saying that it's okay for him to be in the house with an underage girl. But here's the situation. He's in the home. You found him in the home. But when we get to the story, you're going to hear something that no one's talking about. However, no one's condoning the adult male and an underage kid. However, no one's calling the 20-year-old a kid, but we call the other one that's on trial for unaliving a white boy at a track meet, we're calling him a kid. How convenient do we call one a kid and the other one a man? Because of the accusations of the situation thereof. I find that strange. But let's get into every bit of these stories here. Now, I would like to make it clear that when you get into these stories, we're going to analyze them clearly so we can have an understanding of each story so we don't misunderstand and we don't misquote anything. We don't take anything out of context. We break it down for what it is. As we hit the music. So, let's get into this story. This is the 5-year-old client or 5-year-old child that was allowed to wax adult females. That might be too loud. Let's turn that down a little bit, as we say. That should be enough. Allowing her 5-year-old that should be learning her ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, timetables, and well, not timetables. That's a little bit too advanced. But this is an advanced age. 5-year-olds should be learning how to multiply, add, the food charts and food pyramids and things of that nature. Instead, she had the young girl of hers in front of adult female vaginas, waxing them, showing them how to do this. Let's get into the story, shall we?
A 30-year-old mother charged with child abuse over pictures that show her daughter waxing women has hired Memphis attorney Blake Ballin.
Now, Blake Ballin has something in common. He's supporting and defending 2 of these women. Ironic, isn't it?
Jasmine Moss faced a judge for the first time today. Action News 5's Stephanie Douglas has been following the story. Stephanie, tell us what you've learned about Moss's business license.
Joy, well, right now, records show that Jazzy Body LLC is inactive and has been inactive for nearly 6 months.
The company is not even active at the time? Isn't that strange? You're running a business that's not even active. In the process, you're doing something illegal that involves your kid.
The state says that home shop is considered unlicensed.
Ms. Rose informed me that Blake Ballin will be your attorney.
30-year-old licensed esthetician Jasmine Moss appeared in court Wednesday after being charged with child neglect.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. Y'all be looking rough. Like, how you 30? You look 40. How you look so old at 30? 30 years old? But she look like she about 40. I thought black don't crack. Like, what we doing here? That chick look old. That chick look 40. Like, she had a rough life. And she's only 30 years old. Anyway.
Neglect for letting her 5-year-old daughter wax 24 clients and then posting pictures on
24. For those who don't know math, that's 24.
Online.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
After court attorney Blake Ballin, who's representing Moss, said this.
They go to the white man. See? White attorney, not a black one. White attorney. Most likely he's a top hat. Most likely he is.
This is an unusual case, especially the charges Moss is facing.
Child abuse and neglect usually requires some sort of physical harm, physical injury.
Yeah, because it has to be some type of physical injury. But does it always have to be physical injury? Okay. I got it.
And it remains to be seen if they can prove something like that.
Action News 5 went by Glenbrook Street in Westwood, where Jasmine Moss reportedly runs the hair removal business Jazzy Body LLC out of a home.
You run a business outside of in your home like that? So you made it tell me, what up, Mark? You made it tell me that y'all got vaginas just sitting out in a house, not in an office? You don't got enough money to put shit in an office? Like, is this a joke? This can't be real.
A woman closed and locked the door in our face. The Better Business Bureau had no record of the company until a complaint came on February.
Now that says inactive since 2023. 2023. This case was what's the date on this? Let's get it right. February 21st. Ironically, it's my son's birthday. Shout out to you, son. 2024. That's ironic to me.
15th. A woman who claims to be Jasmine's mother said the controversy has sparked stress and threats.
People calling him, talking, threatening people. What you think I'm supposed to be? I'm her mom.
The Post has...
She sound old. Oh my God. Like, is she 30 for real? And let me see, you were 30 at the time, so that means you were 32. You probably aged about 5 years on you. She looks 40, sounds 48, 50-ish. Like, damn, what the fuck?
sparked so much attention, Memphis police launched a joint investigation with the Department of Children's Services. In a statement, the agency said, quote, "We can confirm that an investigation has commenced in this case. Pursuant to state and federal laws, we are unable to provide specifics about cases involving children and families we serve," end quote. Attorney Bowlen says the next court hearing, they hope to have something sorted out.
We'll let the judge know if we are able to come up with some kind of resolution or if we need to have a preliminary hearing where the witnesses will have to come testify.
Moss is due back in court March 20th. Reporting live, I'm Stephanie Douglas, Action News 5.
Shout out to Stephanie Douglas. She's so fine. Anyway, so here's the recent update from that.
Charges dismissed this morning in the case of a Memphis woman who recorded her 5-year-old daughter waxing nude clients. Moss was...
Now, they were very specific. Nude clients, okay? Let's continue. Not waxing under the arm, not waxing the facial hair, not waxing the body. Nude. All right? So y'all don't say I took it out of context. So let's be clear. I just want to be clear on that.
Charged with child neglect and abuse back in 2024 after complaints over post on...
Now, she got braces. I give her that. But she look old as shit. Like, she about 40. She got braces, but don't got her business together. And can't run it out of her office instead of her home. So that mean that when women come in this home, you're cooking in this home, you're eating in this home, what? I hope not. I hope you're just using the house as an office, because if you're using the house as an office to wax vaginas and eat out of it and cook, oh my God, can you imagine? She probably served plates. You probably ate this bitch food, dessert. You probably had dinner over her house. She probably sold, you know how chicks be selling dinner plates and shit. You probably bought a dinner plate for like $20 with like 2 pieces of chicken and some macaroni and some cornbread and shit. And just imagine that you just ate some food where some vagina hair was just lingering around her house. All type of pussy, smells and shit, because let's just keep it real though. A lot of y'all pussy stink anyway. A lot of y'all pussy stink anyway. A lot of chicks know y'all pussy stink. Let's just keep it real. You sitting in this home and you're doing this and you actually live there too. Just think about it. Whoever's watching, I want y'all to wonder, have you ever had anything to eat out of her house? Do you know her personally? I don't care about how you want to defend her. You just as much as a predator as her. You're just as much as a sexual predator as her. You are just as much as a sexual deviant as these guys that y'all call out, which you should, which I should, which I call out as well. But it ain't no different. There's a double standard, and it's nobody cares about over-sexualizing children. It ain't black women that's the least protected, it's children. It is not black women that's the least protected, it's children. I'm gonna repeat it again. It ain't black women that's the least protected, it's children. No one gives a fuck about this 5-year-old girl who's gonna see these things, and then eventually we're gonna be talking about how fast she is at 10 or 11 or 12. One of these stories got a fast ass girl in it, but we can't get into that yet. We're gonna get to that later. In the meantime,
social media that showed her daughter waxing dozens of clients. After more than 2 years, the judge disposed of that case today.
With a smile on her face. She don't even care. She don't even care. Think about that. She don't even care. Imagine if a father had her daughter waxing females. I tell you what, waxing men, because men get waxed too. We ain't going, let's just say if there was no naked men. You think a woman allow her daughter to wax a man's body, chest, face, underarm? Meanwhile, we went to the extreme. This is what really happened. Females, vaginas, grown women. And then I see a lot of comments, which we're going to get into. A lot of comments were saying, oh, who would let a 5-year-old do it? You sound like the chicks that be talking about the R. Kelly case. Remember? Y'all said that if anybody doesn't call out the parents, oh, you said they were predators, remember? You see how we can't One is, you say one and then the other, but then y'all could say that in this case. See how convenient that is? Both are wrong. Enablers are enablers just as much as the people who are overly sexualizing the children anyway. Remember, y'all are just as worse as the person that is the offender, because y'all allowed it to keep going when you could have did something to stop it.
In a statement, her attorney, Blake Ballin, told us from the beginning, Ms. Moss has acknowledged that she made a very poor parenting decision. He says
she made a very poor parenting decision, i.e., I'm a sexual deviant and I'm over-sexualizing my child, and I'm guilty of that. But you won't say those words. Just poor parenting decision. It's kind of like I keep having abortions, or I keep getting pregnant, but no one says that it's poor pussy management. No one says that, hey, I should vet better in men, be a better mate selector, or think about the men I deal with before I lay down and sleep with them. But now it's just poor parenting. Poor parenting decision. Matter of fact, she didn't even say it was poor parenting. It's a poor parenting decision. That's what she said. These are her words.
For the last 2+ years, Ms. Moss has worked tirelessly to better herself through counseling and community service.
Over the last 2 years, she has worked tirelessly to better herself through counseling and community service. So are we admitting that she's a sexual deviant? Are we admitting that she's a freak? That she allows her kids to deal with grown women's vaginas? Are we admitting this? Or this is like cold words to admitting it, but we just, clean it up a little bit so it doesn't sound like that. It's kind of like, I admit that I've worked very hard to get anger management because of my temperament and why I committed a crime to unalive someone. You're still a killer, most likely a murderer. You still are. No different than what these people try. It's just speaking code. Now, in her defense, it's her attorney's words. It's probably not even her words. Her attorney write this up because that's his job to defend her, to make sure it looks better for her and not worse. Now I want to go over these comments. I'm not going to take too long with these comments because there's thousands of them. Of course, my comment comes up first. This comment section should be filled with women protesting against this dismissal. It shows one thing. You women that condone this are in agreement with sexualizing children. Black women are not the least protected. It's children that are the least protected. And of course, you notice how there's always somebody ready to come in defense and try to check somebody. Ain't nobody come check me for that comment. Nobody. It's thousands over here. It's thousands. It's shared by 408 people. Nobody comment on my comment. Somebody said, "You go, girl." Next story. People should stop sexualizing. I'm assuming they meant to write. People should stop sexualizing everything. So everything is just being sexualized, but a woman's vagina in front of a 5-year-old girl isn't sexualizing? Y'all read this? Y'all see this shit? Shout out to Mike Green. That's my homie. We went to school together. Dumbass. So what the hell was the clients thinking? Mike. The clients, yeah, that's an issue. But are we skipping over the parent? Are we skipping over the parent? Are we not holding the parent accountable? That's the problem. We're not holding the parent accountable for nothing. But it's a woman, so why should we? If it was a man, like I said, if it was a father, y'all be like, throw him under the jail. He would have been thrown under the jail for sure. Definitely wouldn't be coming home. As she should. People need to grow up and stop hating. It's not healthy. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone. I gotta be in the Twilight Zone. I can't, this is not a real place. Shout out to Renee. That's my guy, wife right there. This just makes me sick. This child had no business waxing anyone. She should have been watching TV and playing games or something. Absolutely. I think I started really like, am I on the tour? I gotta be in some fucking realm, like somewhere else. Like this can't be real. This is like it's like I'm being pranked. This is like a prank or something like that. This can't be real. Just let this be a lesson learned. A man wrote that. Let this be a lesson learned. Once your child is 18 or older, let her do the waxing. My question is though, how did people feel comfortable with an underage waxing them? What about the mother? My question is, how did the adults allow the kid to give them the wax? You see what I'm saying? We're skipping over the parent accountability. Waxing is something that women treat themselves to. This lady owns a business and was teaching her kid, and yes, I get private areas are involved. But think about how Asians start their kids in the salon early. A salon and waxing is two different things. A salon is doing hair. There's nothing intimate about hair. There's nothing sexualized about hair. You could do a kid's hair without touching a vagina. You're touching a vagina. You're looking at it. It's I can't be. How Caucasians, now we talking about Asians, Caucasians, just all this deflecting in this comment. How Caucasians teach their children how to hunt and shoot. Hunting and shooting is not sexualizing. It's not the same. Lucky Charm, what the fuck is wrong with you? Same as Mexicans. Now we're in 4 different fucking groups of people now. Same as Mexicans, the list goes on and on. Not everyone is sick in the head. Is service being provided and teaching her child the business to pass the torch. That's how I see this situation. You gotta be out of your mind to even write that. Like, that is crazy. Crazy work. Had to sit my phone down after reading this. I'm pretty sure, Joy. Hallelujah. Honey, she had to be praying overtime. Was it ever clarified that this was the growing area? You see how she ain't doing no research? And why your name is Nairobi? You don't do no research? You got a very important name and you ain't doing no research? You showing us you stupid? Anyway, I'm trusting the judicial system here. I don't usually. I was offended and shocked by the story, but maybe her mindset was she is teaching her the family business. I teach my child her private areas and hers only. So I know for a fact I wouldn't introduce her to another person's private parts ever. It's inappropriate. So much more. She's a baby, for heaven's sakes. That's a fact. She shouldn't even be learning anything like this. Thing is, I understand the age and respect everyone's opinion totally. I don't respect nobody's opinion. No, hell no. If you find this okay, I don't respect your opinion. I don't respect you, and you might be a motherfucking deviant yourself. This is insane. This is insane, yo. I'm shocked people do not understand what age appropriate really means. Children don't need to be exposed to everything just because it's available. Every stage of childhood has developmental needs, and protecting their innocence is part of helping them to grow into healthy adults. What we expose children can shape the trajectory of their lives. Their thinking, emotional development, relationships, and sense of safety. Being age appropriate isn't about controlling children. It's about giving them what they're ready for and when they're ready for it. I'm a licensed professional in the beauty industry, and I get teaching your child the business. However, doing private areas would have been a huge no-no. And I agree with that. Now, if you want to teach them how to wax mustaches, hair, underarms, okay, cool. Make sure they're fully clothed while doing that. But when you waxing a vagina, there's no way to do this without revealing it. And you got to understand something. Y'all have to really paint the picture, right? Being revealed to a vagina is no different than a man going down eating it. It is open. It is you see every detail of a woman's vagina, her butt area, all of that is wide open. This is the most intimate you can get with a woman. This is the most sacred space on a woman's body is her vagina. Very sacred. This is something that everyone should not see. You understand? This is something that if you're gonna do this, go to an adult female. An adult. That's why the woman goes to get her license as an adult, not a kid. She can't be a kid and be a esthetician, whatever you fucking say that word. She can't be a kid doing these things. You understand? Just imagine something. Because I how the girl was mentioning shooting and all this other crap, salon. Yeah, if you run a salon, okay, cool. You want to teach your 5-year-old. What your 5-year-old shouldn't be learning shit about none of your business. Your 5-year-old should be learning how to count. Your 5-year-old should be gaining knowledge about simple things like health, science, and food, and proper things to do, and being able to enjoy her. It's, like, for real. Like, this is sick. This is sick. We'll get into the next story here. I don't want to take too long on that. We'll get into the next story. So the next story, Kendra Scott, woman who unalived a young man, not a kid, because conveniently he's not a kid, like most of these 20-year-olds, as they say, which I clearly don't believe that a 20-year-old is a kid. 20-year-old is an adult. Unalived the boy, or young man, because he was in our house. Now I want y'all to pay attention to the story. Don't miss the words.
A homicide case that's been the subject of debate on social media. A woman in Walker Homes charged with first-degree murder for...
Now, you're in Walker Homes. First of all, Walker Homes, you can't do better than this. But somebody got to live there, so I ain't going to get mad at her.
Shooting and killing a man that she found hiding under her child's bed. Action News 5's Garner Montgomery is live in the newsroom after speaking.
What the fuck is he doing? The boogeyman? What the fuck is you doing under the bed? Well, damn, you dead, so you can't see this video. But anywho.
Speaking with a self-defense expert about the case, Garner, could this be considered a justified shooting?
Now, there's still more details that we'll need to learn, but this is a case where self-defense could be argued, but there are key details from the police affidavit that are pivotal to decide whether or not this shooting was justified.
36-year-old Kendra Scott was arrested and charged with first-degree murder after police found a dead man on her front porch with a gunshot wound in the back of his head, telling police she, quote, saw...
Now, pay attention. He's found dead on her porch. You caught him under the bed. Self-defense don't matter no more. It's out the window. The only way self-defense comes into play unless he did something to you on his way out the door. You can't claim self-defense. It's over. You should have killed him while he was under the bed or near the bed. Pay attention, y'all.
Saw a dude under my kid's bed, and I did what I had to do.
She seemed like a real nice lady.
Yep, because the neighbor's gonna come out. She's a real nice lady. You see this defense of women, no matter what.
And all I can say is that hurts to know that someone was in there with one of her little girls.
One of her little girls. Pay attention to this though.
A girl living in the home told police she invited the...
They said the girl living in the home. I wonder if that even her mother. They said the girl living in the home. Why didn't they say the daughter? That was kind of awkward. The girl living in the home, is she adopted? Is she not the biological daughter or something?
The victim, Rodarius Morton, into the home through the back door after midnight.
She let him through the back door after midnight. You know what that means, right? That means that she knew who he was, allowed him to come through the back door in the middle of the night, most likely met him on one of these apps on the phone, or probably met him in, out in public somewhere. Who knows? One thing we do know, and for those who don't know the girl's age, I'm throwing it out there. She is 13YO. She's 13YO. And she knew who he was because to allow him in the back door, that meant he never broke in. She allowed him in. See, remember, a person breaking in, there has to be forcible entry. When you're allowed in, you're not breaking in. You're a guest. Right or wrong, old or not, underage, that's not the point. The point is that the context of origin of the story is he was allowed in the house by the girl. All right, here we go.
Thursday, saying Scott came home 20 minutes later, banging on the door with a gun in her hand.
That means that 20 minutes later, she saw the boy come in, and she probably tried to sneak us. I know she got a Ring camera on the front, so he probably tried to come to the back door. She probably caught him, or probably got a camera that alerted her that somebody was there. So that means she came back 20 minutes later. But where were you at there when you were allowed to come home and then banging on the door? And how are you banging on the door? You ain't got no key to your crib? Is anybody listening like I'm listening? How are you banging on your door to your home? You don't have a key? That's kind of weird. Banging on the door, that was kind of, that's crazy work. This is your house. When I come home to my house, I'm not banging on no goddamn door.
It would have been me in that situation, and I seen you on the doorbell camera, I would have called them police. I had them sitting at my house when I got there.
Now that's the smart thing to do. Up your strap, make him stay. You can put him at bay. You got a right to do that. He's in your own. You don't know who he is. He's unaware. You can aim your gun at him, call the police, and then get him to rightful justice. You still to be free. You won't be charged with murder. That's what you should have did. But we don't teach people how to obey the law. We want to just uphold the law and think that we're going to protect ourselves in the process of doing something like this. Now, most likely, she probably going to find a way to beat it because she going to get that girl, whatever. But you remember, she saw on the camera, so they're going to be like, you can't say that the girl gave consent, but gave him consent to come into the home. That's going to defend, that's not going to defend her self-defense claim. See, remember, it's her job to defend herself because the boy can't talk now. And all you got is evidence of how he got there and how he was in the home. And pay attention to this.
Therefore, you take him out, take him on to jail.
The police affidavit says Scott found Morton hiding under the girl's bed. Morton was leaving the house with his belongings when he...
Leaving the house with his belongings after she found them under the bed, which means that she probably told him to leave.
He was shot.
It does not describe an imminent threat.
It is not.
According to the affidavit at the time the shot was fired.
Retired law enforcement officer and firearms self-defense trainer Buddy Smith says the known circumstances of this case would not classify under Tennessee's Castle Doctrine.
Which means that you're allowed to protect the people in your residence when someone breaks in to commit a violent felony against you.
That means that it has to be forcible entries. That is the case. I've learned it. I read it from top to bottom. There's no forcible entry. You can't claim this person is in your home and he broke in. And you can't do anything to him. You can't shoot him because he's in your home and you don't know him. Because if that was the case, you can invite somebody over. Let's just say you got old friends, not friends no more, and y'all lose friendship. Then you make up with them like, hey, you know, man, I'm sorry, boo, boo, boo. Then you invite him over, then you kill him in cold blood. You can say he broke in. But remember, your word against your word don't matter. You got to be able to prove that he broke in. Because if you invite him in, you set him up to kill him in cold blood to say he broke in so you can make it look like that. This ain't training day. What you think this is? Come on, man.
You or someone in your house.
Smith says more details will be needed for Scott to make a case for self-defense.
The affidavit does not allege that he threatened the mother or anyone else at that time. And those alleged facts will likely be important issues for the court and ultimately a jury.
You feel like you threatened. He might be coming back to the house when she's not there another time. I don't know what was said, what was done.
Scott is scheduled to appear in court.
Hold on, I missed the part. Hold on.
Subject of debate on social media. Action News 5's Garner Montgomery. Garner, could this be justified shoot?
Now, there's still more details that we'll need to learn, but this is a case where self-defense could be argued, but there are key details from the police affidavit that are pivotal to decide whether or not this shooting was justified.
36-year-old Kendra Scott was arrested and charged with first-degree murder after police found a dead man on her front porch with a gunshot wound in the back of his head, telling police she, quote, saw a dude under my kid's bed and I did what I had to do.
She seemed like a real nice lady. And all I can say is that hurts to know that someone was in there with one of her little girls.
A girl living in the home told police she invited the victim, Rodarius Morton, into the home through the back door after midnight Thursday, saying Scott came home 20 minutes later, banging on the door with a gun in her hand.
If it would have been me in that situation and I seen you on the doorbell camera, I would have called them police. I had them sitting at my house when I got there. Therefore, you take him out, take him on to jail.
The police affidavit says Scott found Morton hiding under the girl's bed. Morton was leaving the house with his belongings when he was shot.
It does not.
They left out the important parts of the story. We're going to find it. Let me go to the joint here. Hold on. They left out an important part, a very important part of the story. Miss O, what up with you? A very important part of this story. Hold on, y'all. Where the quote at? Let me look for it here. Damn, I can't even see the cursor. Okay, it's barely there. A juvenile witnessed the crime, blah, 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 blah. There we go. The juvenile stated, all right, this is what I wanted to read right here. This is very important. They left that out of the video. The juvenile stated that she was scared of Scott, okay? The juvenile stated that she was scared of Scott, okay? Because she had a gun in her hand, visibly angry, and that Scott previously told her, if I see a boy in my house, then I will put a hole in his ass. When the juvenile finally let Scott in the home, Morton was found hiding under a bed in the juvenile's room, investigators said. As Morton was leaving the residence, he and Scott got into a verbal argument, with Scott yelling to him, "Get out of my house, bitch." Once Scott and Morton made it to the front porch, the juvenile said she heard a gunshot. Ladies and gentlemen, the boy was outside, and once they leave out of your home, you cannot go back outside and shoot them. You already have no grounds of self-defense if you shot him in the home, because there was no threat there's no intimate threat. He's just in your home. So once you told him to leave, he's leaving. You went outside because he probably said some words like, you probably called him a bitch. He probably like, fuck you too, ho. You know, bitch ass, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? You know how we talk in Memphis, right? And you probably shot him in cold blood. You shot him on the porch. That's why he was found outside shot, not in your house. But once he left, he's no longer a threat. You can't beat that. Especially when the juvenile, your daughter, whoever it is, because they're saying juvenile, they're not saying the daughter. So the daughter is probably not even your biological kid. Now, you said one thing. If I see a boy in my house, that means that she's done this before on numerous occasions, because why would you have to warn her about boys being in the house? Because this has happened before. And once again, 13YO is the age of the young girl. I don't want to get into all the statistics and who the girl is. We're not doing that. I ain't gonna do that because it goes against YouTube terms of service. What up, Wax Bro? What's good? But it's hard to sit here and defend people when they do things like this. So when you go into the comment section, right? Drop those charges. How he was walking out under the bed He was killed outside, not in the house. You see how people don't read? The problem is that the hood pedophiles are advocating for homie. No, we're not. But remember, we was just advocating for the goddamn woman letting her 5-year-old wax vaginas. What are we doing here? How does one bad and the other one isn't? Both are bad. The 20-year-old being with the 33-year-old is illegal. The 5-year-old dealing with vaginas of male women is illegal. Why can't we be on the same page with this? Because a 20-year-old man is involved with the 13-year-old, and a 5-year-old girl is involved with grown women, and the mother is grown at 30 years old, allowing her daughter to do it. This is weird. Like, one is bad and the other one isn't. Hood pedophiles? No, women are hood pedophiles. I just showed y'all. You could go back over there and read that shit yourself. I could go on. I could make a whole 3-hour video about these comments. And that's just the local news comment section from Memphis directly. You could go to hundreds of different blogs, and you could go through videos, and people make content excusing that woman of saying that the 5-year-old girl was doing nothing wrong. How do we say one is wrong and the other one isn't? That's fucking sick. And then you write this comment. No offense to you, Chanel. I know who you are. Hood pedophiles are advocating for the homie. You know, the after school, high school prowlers. You know, the ones that y'all let fuck when y'all was in high school, when they were grown men trying to fuck with y'all that worked at FedEx and UPS. You know, the shit that y'all don't like to talk about. Or how about the ones that was fucking the teachers? You fucking the male teachers, you was fucking the gym teachers. You was fucking the teachers that was, you know, the good looking ones. The ones that would come in the room and it'd be like early in the morning, they'd be like whistling and shit like, oh, look at him. Look at Mr. Thompson and blah, blah, you know, the shit that y'all don't talk about. Now, are you wrong? Absolutely not. But I like how you try to put emphasis on this as if it's a bunch of men condoning this boy, 20 years old, being with a 13-year-old girl in the house. Now, we're not condoning it. However, how do we know he knew how old she was? Which, no excuse for it. You should be knowing who you fucking, but remember, a lot of these young boys are so hot in the ass and perverted and so desperately in need for sex, they don't even care about finding out who the girl's name is. You think they want to know how old she really is? If he's 20, she might look 17 or 20 or 18. I'm not making an excuse for it. I am breaking down the fact of that might just be him being thirsty. Now, he probably just knew the girl was underage. He probably was a little freaky, little pedophile. He probably is a pedophile. Who knows? Yeah. My sis little friend, secret baby daddy, you know, she thick and 13 and been abused since 4 years old and used to it. So who abused that 4 years old? What are you talking about? Now you need to go get somebody some help. That's what it sound like. Why would you write all this? That's weird. So let's call her fast. You notice how she excused the fact that the girl was abused at 4 years old. This is what you wrote. I'm just going by what you wrote. I'm just going by the comment section. I'm just going by what I read here. You said, and been abused since 4 years old. You notice how they never talk about the origin story, how nobody never say, listen, the children are the least protected group in the world. It ain't the black women, it's children, and mainly black girls, because black girls are majority of black girls are terrorized in their own home by their own parent, mainly by the mother, because remember, the mothers have 78% custody of these kids by single motherhood, and I think it's 47% got 2 of them, all by themselves. They have all type of men around them. Yeah, all type of niggas you fucking, and this dude and that dude and this dude and that dude and this boyfriend and that boyfriend, because you can't keep a man. You can't get married, because you don't get married. You don't marry the guy you had the kid with anyway. No one talks about that. You don't want to talk about how you let these dudes that are like that 20-year-old come in the house. For all we know, the 20-year-old probably fucked their mom before. No one wants to talk about that either. No one wants to talk about everything. Like, we just talk about one angle, and we talk about one different specific situation, and we just act like there's no other, so, you know, there's no other type of scenario. Not one. Let's call her fast to use deductive reasoning to justify the reality of the child sexual predator type. The reality is children have no foundational ability to allow for sexual or residential consent legally authorized, blah, 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 blah. I'm pretty sure I should see you in the comment section over there with the mother that got her case dismissed about the 5-year-old. You should be over there protesting. Matter of fact, I better see Chanel Randolph outside with a picket sign outside hoping that that girl get put back in jail. I want to see you do that. I want to see you talk about that. I bet you haven't. Because, well, you go, girl. The black woman getting her coins and she doing her thing and she on the business. Kudos. Continue over-sexualizing your girl because she needs to get paid just like you, and you got to pass the torch. This is all comments that I read. If you missed it, go back and rewind it. Anywho, we don't get off that. There you go. Put that face up like you really made sense. First of all, what a 20-year-old male want with a 13-year-old? So a grown man under my 13-year-old bed. Yep, I have a mugshot too. What? Give her a check and a handshake. Too many details are missing. How old was the kid? See, you didn't. Was the kid? Oh, the kid is 13. That came out. How old was the man? You didn't. You really didn't read? You did? Like, oh my God, you stupid. I feel like the age of the daughter would provide some type of sort of. It don't matter. Who cares? No one cares. Reading is fundamental. Y'all slow as fuck. I'm sure you over there talking about that 5-year-old that I just talked about, but I sure didn't see you over there. I went through that whole comment section. I did not see you, Angelica. I didn't see you over there. This is sad. She should have just called the cops on him. People have to control their emotions and think about the consequences before they react. That crash out just cost her freedom forever. And listen, Tennessee got the death penalty. First-degree murder could get you death. If you take it to trial, you be better off copping out and take that 25. April, what up? Did she know him? Did he break in? Did anybody read it? Like, did anybody listen? I did. Did anybody do their research? I did. He didn't break in. The daughter allowed him in the house. There's no forcible entry. That's off the table. That's off the table. The only thing wrong is he's fucking with an underage girl, and that's it. That's it. And he died. He died trying to fuck a young girl that he should have been fucking with in the first place. Both parties could be wrong. The mother was wrong for shooting him. However, that young man was wrong for talking to that little girl. You could tell from the pictures that she was just a baby. I'm not going to say she was just a baby. I don't believe that. I didn't see a baby in the photo. Was she a baby at 13? No, she's a teenager. Babies are infants. You see how we play? Baby. But not one time. I still ain't seen nobody say boy to the 20-year-old man. Anyway, any reasonable mother would have done the exact same thing, and your stupid ass would have been gone to jail. You see that? I retract my previous statement. Well, what was the previous statement? I'm curious. Where you at? I don't know what the fuck that retract. What was the previous statement? Same. Yeah, she is. I just read the complete article. She should be charged. Okay, shout out to you. See it, most people didn't read. So listen, what people do is they see the headline, they don't read, and they don't really go into what happened. So they see the headline, they just react. And that's how slow people are. That's how dumb we are. We have a short attention span and nobody wants to go read. Nobody wants to go watch. Nobody really observes anything. We got too many fucking songs. We watch 30-second videos on TikTok all goddamn day. Nobody researched nothing. Nobody researched a goddamn thing. They just want the little bit that we get, that's all we need, and we keep going, which is weird to me. Research. It don't take but it took me about fucking 5 minutes to find out everything I need to find out. She would be in jail for a long time. He was leaving. It was no longer a threat. That's the way the court see it. He was wrong for being there, yes, but you can't shoot someone like that. Absolutely. Bonus time. Affidavit. Let's go over the affidavit here, shall we? See if we can blow this up a little bit. Can we do that? Yeah, let's do that. All right. Can we go up and down? Pause. Can we do that? Yeah, here we go. Oh, yes, perfect. Perfect. Okay, here we go. On July 16, 2026, at 1:40 hours, Memphis police officers, MPD, responded to a shooting call at 3043 Travis Road in Memphis. When officers made the scene, they located a male tentatively identified as Rodarius Morton in the front yard near the front porch, unresponsive and suffered from a gunshot wound in the back of the head. I forgot to say that, back of the head. That means that he was walking away. Either he was walking away or he tripped up. But nonetheless, shot him in the back of the head. Even if he was violent and your life was in danger, it still don't help. You shot him in the back of the head. You didn't shoot him in the chest. You didn't shoot him in the leg. You didn't shoot him in the arm. You didn't shoot him in the face. Shot him in the back of the head. I mean, he's walking away. And you said, he probably said, man, fuck you, bitch. And he probably walking out the door. And you said, bang. You let your emotions get the best of you. Remember, some people need to learn how to shoot and have discipline. And first of all, need to learn the law, learn how to shoot. But most importantly of all, learn how to have some discipline with your weapon. Learn how to have discipline. Discipline takes you a long way. I've been a carrier for over almost 40. If I'm just being okay, illegally I've been carrying guns for a while, so I'll say about 3 decades. But legally since 23 years old. I've been carrying guns legally since 22. I don't know why y'all playing like this. Like, y'all have some discipline. You gotta have discipline. You understand? You got to, man. MPD Engine 36 made the scene. Pronounced Morton deceased at 1:59 hours. MPD officers spoke with Kendra Scott, who told the officers that she came home and saw a dude under my kid's bed. I did what I had to do. Officers also spoke with the next door neighbor, 30 at Travis Street, who advised that he heard banging and came outside and saw Kendrick with the gun going into her house. He went back inside and shortly after heard one gunshot. When he came outside, he saw a male shot near the front porch and Kendra Scott standing in the front yard saying, I shot him, still holding the gun. Kendra Scott was detained and brought into 170 North Main Homicide office for further investigation, where she was read her advise her rights and invoke her rights. Hold on. A juvenile, which they keep saying a juvenile, not her daughter, a juvenile, which I don't think this is her biological kid. I'm just keeping it real here. Don't even look alike, if that's the real picture I've seen. A juvenile from 3043. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that not the same address, is it? Yeah, same address. 3043 Travis Road was a witness, was brought into homicide office for further investigation and gave investigators a statement that Rodarius Morton was invited by the juvenile and he came in through the back door of the resident at 1 a.m. At around 1:20 or 1:30, Kendra Scott comes home and was knocking loudly at the door and yelling, "Who's in my house?" The juvenile stated that she was scared of Kendra Scott. The juvenile stated that she was scared of Kendra Scott because she had a gun. In her hand. I'm sorry, I was looking like his ass. I ain't got to that part yet. That was funny as hell. For some reason, I saw his ass right below it. And I was like, what the fuck, his ass? Like, who put something in asses? Pause. So anyway, okay, so back to it. Her head, it was angry yelling. And was told the juvenile in the past, Kendra Scott sees a boy in my house, I will put a hole in his ass. Okay, there we go. Once the juvenile let Kendra Scott in through the front door, once the juvenile let Kendra Scott in through the front door, because she wouldn't open the door, so apparently she told him to go hide. She told him to go hide. That's why she came to the door and let him in. Through the front door, Rodarius Moore was found hiding under the bed in the juvenile's room. As Rodarius Moore was leaving the resident with his belongings, and that he had a sleepover bag. That means she was supposed to be gone for a minute. With his belongings that did not include a weapon, Kendra Scott got onto the front porch. The juvenile heard one gunshot. Officers located a 9mm spent shell casing on the front porch. A Smith & Wesson MP99 9mm. Got the serial number and all that. Black handgun in the front yard near 3141 Travis Road. These items were photographed and collected. Ladies and gentlemen, she don't have no self-defense case. She don't have no self-defense case, man. Discipline. And no, I'm sorry, a lot of women don't have discipline. If I'm just keeping it real. A lot of women don't have discipline. You definitely don't have a lot of discipline with weapons, but you're going to be a weapon carrier. You got to be able to have discipline with your weapon, because you can make the wrong mistake, and that's exactly what this woman did. Make the wrong mistake, and she'll never come home for it. And most likely gonna get the death penalty if she take it to trial. So if you're smart, cop out, take 25, or take life, mandatory life, because that's all you're gonna get. You're gonna get mandatory life. You killed that boy cold blood, regardless of the situation, it don't matter. Back over here to this story. For those who know it, this went viral a long time ago. I've been meaning to talk about it because another one that's gone wild. Because, no one calls this situation fair at all. This was probably the worst of all cases.
Torres allegedly told investigators that she shot.
Topping our news leader at 6, new details in a deadly shooting which Memphis police say an 18-year-old admitted to carrying out. Good evening and thanks for joining us.
Y'all do know what carrying out means, right? Alison Torres, right? First of all, she's not from America. She brought here to Memphis. She's 18 years old. And for her to do what she did, she probably done this 1,000 times. But anyway, let's go.
Yes, I'm Stephanie Skurlock.
And I'm Greg Hurst. Alison Torres allegedly told investigators that she shot a 58-year-old man to death for inappropriately touching a family member. WRG's
inappropriately touching a family member, which is hearsay. You can't prove it. This is hearsay. You did this because of someone said something. Before we go any further, I want to make a side note here. This is why I ask questions so much when it comes to women. Majority of the women that I'm gonna deal with gonna have children. It's very rare that you meet a woman that don't have any. But this is why I ask questions. I ask important questions like, where's the kid's father? What kind of father do they got? Do y'all co-parent? What was the upbringing of the child? What type of temperament do they have? Are they on medication? I'm gonna ask all these goddamn questions because you know what is gonna happen? Is you're gonna have your dumb ass around these kids and you're not gonna be aware of certain things, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna end up having the mother, which you should be vetting her very deeply. You should ask all the deep questions that fuck how they feel. I don't care. If they got a problem with it, I just go away. I leave them alone. But you gotta ask these questions, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second. Sometimes the writing is on the wall that a woman would do something like that woman just did. Blame something on somebody, and next thing you know, a daughter or a kid can say you said something, and now you're getting killed like that guy. Now, I'm not saying he didn't do it. What I'm saying is you can't prove he did anything now. You haven't brought him to justice. You killed him. And I'm just keeping it real here. Inappropriate touching does not mean that you need to kill somebody. You don't need to do that. If you want to hurt somebody, like beat them up, okay, cool. But you did the way you did it was like vicious.
Raven Copeland breaks down the new developments from the courtroom.
Friday, a courtroom heard testimonies about the murder of Noe Rincon, a 58-year-old man who was found in a road on Willowview on February 26.
Now, keep in mind, he was found on the road. On the road again.
And noticed there was an older gentleman, male Hispanic. He had suffered multiple defects or gunshot wounds.
Multiple gunshot wounds.
That Memphis police officer also testified that multiple shell casings were found near Rincon's body. According to another
multiple shell cases near his body. On the road again.
MPD officer's testimony, once Rincon was identified, they were able to determine 18-year-old Alison Torres as the suspect.
Because she was the last person to speak with the victim, and also the mother thought she had something to do with it because she was using Noe's cell phone to communicate with the mother.
So the girl took the man's cell phone to communicate with the mother after she did what she did.
When Torres was arrested on March 5th.
Now, you notice she got these tattoos all over her body. Like, who is Antonio? Who is Alex? Who is Alicia? I do know who Alex is. I saw the girl named Alex. I did my homework on you, look, young lady. Did my homework on you. But she got all these tattoos. She tatted up, and she 18. How many tattoos she got? She tattooed on the side of her face. And this is like a new trend. This is so disgusting. Women get tattoos on their face and shit. Like, our women are gone, yo. The women of this era are gone. Face tattoos? Bro, I never seen a woman get a face tattoo in the 90s. I don't even think we seen that shit like that in the 2000s. This shit is like the 2026 era of women is like disgusting. Y'all got tattoos all over your face. This girl 18 years old with tattoos all over her face. She got a tattoo right here. What type of life are you gonna have at 18 with a tattoo right here? How you gonna sit down and try to get a place of employment, a career, a trade with that on your face? Bad enough you got this on your neck. It's bad enough you got that. You got this, right? So how you gonna defend, like, come on, like, you can't be serious, yo. This is weird.
If during a traffic stop, she was taken in for questioning and waived her Miranda rights. During the interrogation, investigators say Torres said she asked to use the victim's phone on Willowview, then confronted him for
actually use his phone, right?
Allegedly touching her 5-year-old relative inappropriately.
She said she shot him about 10.
5-year-old relative. Who's the 5-year-old relative? Knows that. Now, so here we go. 5-year-old relative allegedly touched. Somebody died for that. 5-year-old waxing vaginas. Okay. Y'all see something wrong with that? And I'm not saying one is better than the other one. I'm not saying one is right and the other was wrong. I'm saying both are wrong. I'm saying that they are not.
When Torres was arrested, investigators say she had a gun and later told them she used 2 guns in the shooting but got rid of the other one.
She used 2 guns. You gotta be a bad motherfucker to use 2 guns.
After Friday's hearing, a judge determined that the 18-year-old will remain charged with first-degree murder, employing a firearm during a dangerous felony, and evidence tampering. Reporting from 201 Poplar, for your news leader, Raven Copeland, WREG, News Channel 3.
Well, she look like young M.A. As we go through some of the comments, this is her old Facebook page when she was 12 years old, 11 or 12 years old, right there, right? And I think if she was 18, so because she was about 12 years old then, wearing makeup, she was already out there. And I ain't gonna get into the names, but it was a couple of grown men over there that liked your shit. They weren't your relatives, and you had no problem liking those comments. I'm not gonna get into that because this is like showing a child, so we want to get off of that. But I saw that profile from 6 years ago where you had no problem with those grown men liking your profile pictures, Alishan. You didn't have no problem with those grown men. It was like 2 of them. But I saw it, you know it, I know it. I'm gonna let them go look that up. All you gotta do is look her name up on Facebook, boom, you'll see it. It's 2 grown men. She over there. I ain't gonna get into that. Anywho, in Memphis, United States, a chilling, shocking case, blah, 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 blah. Watch the comments here. And not all heroes wear capes. I volunteer for jury duty. When protecting a child, there's no limit. Dinner on me. She ain't wrong. Free her. Time served. Key to the city. Can I be in jury too? Set this girl free. She was protecting her sister from an animal. If she's locked up, I want to send her a commissary. She's not a felon. She protected her sister. Bottom line, in opinion, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. This is what I want to show y'all. Fuck all that. Let's get into the meat. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this presentation, this masterpiece of a presentation. On February 26, 2026, at 1:56 a.m., Officer V. Galliano Lepe was on parole on Willowview when she observed a body in the roadway. Based on a very preliminary examination by the medical examiner, the person appeared to have been shot approximately 14 times. 14 times. 14 times. 14 times, including one in the head. The victim was later identified by his sister and cousin, David Risson and No Centillion Risson. No Risson, cousin D. Risson, advised that N. Risson was staying with a Damaris Torres. Investigators spoke with Damaris Torres. She said she last spoke with N. Risson at 12:55 a.m. February 26, 2026. He was supposed to be getting milk and rice for her children and grandchildren. Damaris Torres said that she then started getting calls and texts from her daughter, Alicia Torres, using Rishon's phone. On March 5th, 2026, Alicia Torres was arrested and transported to 170 North Main. She waived her Miranda rights. Alicia Torres said to have been approximately 3 to 4 weeks ago, her 5-year-old sister. All right, so keep in mind, she said that approximately 3 to 4 weeks ago. All right, now if we do the math, this happened on February 26th. She was arrested on March the 5th. 3 to 4 weeks ago is almost a month, right? But it's definitely more than, because it's only 3 days left in February, right? I think 4, 3 or 4. Oh, it was 3. Hold on, let me get my math together. Give me a second here. I want to make sure I'm right about February. You know, February is tricky. February could be 29, could be 30. Oh, it's 28. So let's do the math. That's 7 days, so that's 1 week. So 3 to 4 weeks ago, you didn't do anything until a week ago, before you got arrested. I'm not the best mathematician, but that's good math, isn't it? So approximately 3 to 4 weeks ago, her 5-year-old sister said that Risson touched her inappropriately. And Risson encountered Alicia Torres as she was walking on Willowview. She asked to borrow his phone. Then Alicia Torres confronted Risson about touching her sister. She shot him about 10 times while he was inside the van. Taking a picture of the small amount of blood inside afterwards, Alison Torres, says she took the van to an abandoned house where she repainted it. She then brought it to her boyfriend, Mike. An 18-year-old got a boyfriend named Mike. They later abandoned it at an apartment complex. So Mike is an accomplice to a murder. They later abandoned it in an apartment complex. Alison Torres said that Mike had nothing to do with it, the murder, and did not know about the van. Yeah, right. But she's doing what she should do. She's being accountable for what she did. I give her credit for that. That's honorable. When she was arrested on March 15th, a 40 caliber Beretta, 960 was with no visible serial number. That means she scratched the serial number off of it, which means that she probably all type of bodies on that gun. Was recovered in her purse after it fell on the ground. Alison Torres said it was one of the two guns she used to shoot in Rason. She said that she sold and gave away the other gun in Rason. White Ford Transit was recovered February 27th at 1092 Homer. It was painted black on the front and the rear doors. Its decals were removed. Let me tell you what I think. I think that Mike and her killed this dude in cold blood. The other gun belonged to Mike, or had in possession with Mike. Mike and her killed this dude in cold blood. The motive, it ain't got nothing to do with a girl. It ain't got nothing to do with her sister or relative at all. It might have been a motive for reasoning, but she didn't kill him because of that. I ain't buying it. I will not buy that for $1. I refuse to. You can't tell me that you're going to sit here and you want me to believe that you, at one point, 3-4 weeks ago, got the word about what happened. And you all of a sudden, three weeks later, a week after 3-4 weeks. So 3-4 weeks. So we'll just give you 3. 2 weeks later, you killed the man in cold blood. You got rid of the other gun. Ironically, Mike is involved with getting rid of the van. He didn't know anything, which you're honorable. I give you that. You want to protect your boyfriend. But I believe he did it too. I believe he was involved. It's pretty obvious. He know where the gun at. Now, you 18. I'm curious to know how old is Mike. Mike's probably not even of age. Probably 18, maybe grown, maybe too grown. That's why you said Mike. You don't want to give him you probably don't want to tell who he is. You probably want to protect him because he's probably too old. And if he's your boyfriend, you just turned 18, you probably been fucking with him before you was 18. Oops. So it's kind of strange to me, though. And everybody's saying free her. I mean, come on, man. Am I making this up? Hold on. I want y'all to know I'm not making this up. Let's keep going. She wasn't there. She was actually doing a rap session with me. Free her. She did the right thing. Free her. Our justice system is not just, do you know how long they let abusers go on and keep abusing over and over again? You know, like she did 3-4 weeks ago when she didn't say nothing? You talking about that? Children should be protected. Y'all ain't protecting that 5-year-old. Y'all don't give a fuck about that 5-year-old. Contradictions like a motherfucker, right? I didn't see you over there, Patty. I was over there too. I didn't see your name. I went through that whole comment section over at that 5-year-old. I went through all those comments because I was just sitting there just like, oh my God, this is sick. We're really condoning this woman allowing her 5-year-old to wax vaginas. This woman's a hero. There should be no limit for protecting the child. Let us know how we could put money on her books. She is not wrong. I would do the same thing without skipping a beat. This case is a heartbreaking reminder of desperation and fear that drives people extreme actions in the face of trauma. Free her. She's a hero. Bless her soul. Did they all hit? What? Whoa. Did they all hit? Hit what? Whoa. What? I don't know what the fuck you trying. I'm not even trying to say what I think you're trying to say. How can we send her money? I would have done the same thing. Good job. I'm with her. She come. You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? Just keep going. Just. I want y'all to just pause. Y'all do the reading. Y'all do the reading. Just I'm gonna scroll through this. She missed 15 times. Free her. She's a hero. She did it right. You see what I mean? She's a hero. Free her. She should go free. I agree with all of you. 5-year-olds don't lie about stuff like that. They do wax vaginas though. Oops. I didn't see you over there, Diana. I don't remember that name. Go her. Good for her. She need to be free. No charges brought against her. Blah, 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 blah. Just shit, I can't even refresh this damn thing. Look. 14 times. That's unreasonable. Thank you. One person. Let's watch the comments. I found me one. Oh, hold on, y'all. Oh, yeah. She was a Honduran immigrant under Section B, Article 6 of the Constitution of Citing Alien versus Predator, Volume 1. She just earned her a green card. 14 times, that's unreasonable, and luring him into a secluded place reeks of premeditated murder. The number of times she shot might show a disregard for human life. Provocation is a probable cause, but the extent and degree of reaction is questionable. It's a pity. Somebody's mad. Let's look at the replies before we go. I believe premeditated and crimes of passion can go hand in hand. I'm not gonna read no more after that. You weird. Crimes of passion. Crimes of passion though. A man can't come in and find his woman getting dicked in his bed and kill and get away with it. You still have to be reasonable. Anywho, I thought crime of passion has something to do with husband and wives. Relationships, not children. And remember, 3-4 weeks ago, she said this happened. But anyway, agree. But 14 rounds is, I'm careful now. Almost recklessly passion. Agree, but it's the law. Anyway. Good job. Free her. Y'all think I get my point. Y'all get my damn point. I'm not finna keep reading this shit. So what have we learned today, ladies and gentlemen? We have learned today that children are not protected and no one gives a fuck about our children because the children is not our future. And we don't teach them shit, but they can lead the way. Later, they will not have no beauty they possess inside. They have no sense of pride. They make things harder. The children don't laugh. And we decided long ago that they walk in all our shadows. And they failing, not succeeding, but they have no dignity. Knee slapper. That was gangster. That was G. Yeah, Mark, you gotta give me props on this shit, bro. That was off the top. Sexy chocolate. Sexy chocolate. Yo, man, Eddie Murphy, man, you lame as fuck. Man, you should have gave us a sexual chocolate movie. You should have gave us a Randy Watson movie, bro. You didn't do that. It's a little bit too late for that, but you should have gave us a spinoff of Coming to America. You should have gave us a Randy Watson movie, bro. I'm so angry about that. I'm angry about two things. I'm angry that we didn't get a John Ritter and a John Candy movie. You could have called it the Two Johns or something. We didn't get a John Candy and a John Ritter movie. I'm mad about that. And I'm mad that Eddie Murphy, you did not do the spinoff Randy Watson. I'm fucking upset about that. Because I was like, yo, that could have been a spinoff, bro. You could have just had Randy Watson, the movie. That should have been fucking genius. That shit would have made more money than Coming to America. Anywho. Remember, male and female are the only genders. Man and woman is responsibility. Protect our children, ladies and gentlemen. Please protect our children. Protect our children, man. I can't stress that enough. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to make you feel. At the end of the day, y'all have to learn one thing. Learn one thing, y'all. You cannot use your emotions and think that you could commit something, because when you commit to something, you can't come back from it. Once it's done, it's done. It is very important that you think before you make decisions. We learned this shit in school as kids. Now we're adults. You have to be careful, man. You just can't do what you want to do because you feel some kind of way. That's all I know. Whew. Who else go commit a murder? I did a video last week about my ex. Now that's first degree murder, but they gave us second degree. They still slapped on the wrist. Still slapped on the wrist. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's Huggie Pacino for the Huggie Pacino Effect. Make sure you all come by next time. If y'all want to donate, Huggie Pacino, $ Huggie Pacino. I don't really need it, but if you choose to, $1 is okay. Make sure y'all follow me on all the social media pages at the bottom. I'm everywhere like Broken Glass. And we're going to get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Will you take me all the way? All the way, Take me all the way, bitch. Sha-la-la. 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 Y'all know about this shit. Hey, so I thought I'd wake your ass up because you woke me up yesterday. So I'm getting payback for you. You woke me up, you wouldn't stop barking, and now you know how I feel to be woke up out your sleep. Just look at you. You look like you just woke up. Oh, let me stop this shit right quick. I just let you know. Look, this is what it looked like when you get woke up out your sleep. Yeah. Now you know how I feel, though. You ain't gonna wake me up no more, are you? Say hi to the people. Kiss you. Kiss you. Good girl. Yeah, you like, fuck you wake me up for? Yeah, because you woke me up. Shit. Yeah, payback. Hey. Yeah, so next time, when I say be quiet, you're going to be quiet next time, aren't you? All right, we're going to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm gone. Pretty girls to the dance floor. Ugly girls to the parking lot. Tell them, you ugly hoes get the fucking, matter of fact, don't get out the parking lot. Go home. Get your asses out of here. All you ugly hoes. Get. All right, good girl. All right, I'm out.